Tripura floods, over 17 lakh population affected. Death toll reaches 14. Supreme Court flags 14-hour delay in filing of Arjikar rape murder FIR. Mizoram cut off from rest of the country. Assam police seized over 7,000 kg of heroin and 445 kg of brown sugar in drug crackdown. Nagaland police warns personnel against leaking confidential messages. Welcome to Nagaland TV, the voice of all the people. This is anchor Musarraf Ali and you're watching English News Now. Let's move on to the headline. The ongoing severe floods in Tripura, which began on August 19, have impacted more than 17 lakh people, with 65,400 individuals taking refuge in relief camps, while the death toll has risen to 14. Revenue Secretary Brijesh Pandey told reporters continuous and heavy rainfall over the past 4 days has caused river levels to remain critically high across the state. Tripura recorded some of its highest rainfall figures in the last 24 hours on August 22, particularly in South Tripura district, Bokwa 493.6 mm and Sevjala district, Sanampura 293.4 mm and West Tripura district, Agartala 233 mm and Gomti district, Udaipur 155 mm. The entire state is reeling under the floods impact, with Gomti, South Tripura, Unakuti and West Tripura districts being the most affected, said Pandey. The centre has approved the release of Rs 40 crore for flood-hit Tripura, Union Home Minister Amit Shah announced on Friday. To assist in flood relief and rescue operations, the centres has deployed 11 teams of the National Disaster Response Force, NDRF, 3 Army columns and 4 Indian Air Force helicopters. The state has been severely impacted by the insane rainfall, floods and landslide, resulting in the deaths of at least 22 people, with 2 others reported missing. Approximately 65,400 people have sought refuge in the 450 relief camps after their homes were damaged, and around 17 lakhs people have been affected by the floods in Tripura so far. ISRO Chairman S. Somnath condemned Prime Minister commented the Narendra Modi for significantly enhancing Indian space ecosystem during National Space Day celebration on August 23. He emphasized Modi's role in implementing crucial policy reforms, including a new space policy defining the responsibilities of ISRO, the Department of Space and New Space India Limited to promote private sector involvement. Somnath also mentioned a foreign direct investment policy allowing control private and foreign investments in the space sector and the availability of the geospatial data at no cost. He recalled the Modi's emotional participation in the Chandrayaan-3 moon landing and the declaration of the August 23 as National Space Day. Celebrations this year involve extensive participation from various sectors, culminating in the event with the President of India showcasing enthusiasm and support for future missions like the Gangayaan.
This year, the National Space Day is being celebrated all across the length and breadth of this country, with the participation of departments, ministries, education institutions, science organizations, NGOs, general public, and there is a lot of energy and enthusiasm that is visible. Today we have culminating the entire celebration with the presence of our Honorable President of India on the National Space Day, the very first National Space Day, celebrating the inspirational journey that we had in the Chandrayaan-3, and also to envision the future course of action that we need to take in the space sector, especially the journey in the Amrit Kal. And I wish to thank the Honorable Prime Minister of India for the motivation, the vision that he has given to all of us for creating the next space vision for our country. Today we have the fortune to have our Honorable President Draupadi Murmuji with us to inaugurate the maiden National Space Day. I remember she has taken keen interest in the space activities and also invited me to the Rashtrapati Bhavan once to start his talk program in the Rashtrapati Bhavan the very first time. Thank you so much, ma'am. And also for your gracious presence in the Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar. Yesterday, we had the award from her for the team Chandrayaan-3. And I want to thank for her kind gesture to be with us, to be visiting our stalls and to be among all of you during this inaugural function of the National Space Day. Thank you, ma'am, once again. And I heartily welcome you to this program. Dr. Jitendra Singh, the Honorable Minister of State, is such a pillar of support for all of us in the Department of Space. I think all of you know he has keen interest in space sector and he has all the time been supporting us with his support, his good gestures and consideration for all of us in the Department of Space. And thank you so much for you being with us and also your presence today. My heartfelt thanks and also welcome and greetings to each one of you for the distinguished invitees, speakers, the delegates and other students and all participants for this program. We hope that the first National Space Day will create an engaging day throughout today where we interact with all the space users, the space sector people, the ministries, departments, the industry, startups, students, and also to not only to serve the success that we had in the Chandrayaan-3, but more important is to look at what is lying ahead of us, how to create bigger landmark in the history of the space program, how to create a vibrant space ecosystem in this country. And the whole inspirational journey of space program is something that should right from today. Thank you so much once again and welcome.
Taking exception to a nearly 14 hours delay in registering an FIR following the rape and murder of a doctor at Kolkata's RJKar Hospital on August 9, Supreme Court on Thursday preferred West Bengal government with cautions. Who was the principal in touch with to delay registering a complaint with police? What was they doing all this for since the incident? Why did police take more than 12 hours to convert the report of unnatural death into an FIR? Why was the crime scene secured only in the evening? The questions of a bench of CJI D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices J.B. Padriwala and Manoj Mishra following their perusal of the CBI status report in the case appeared to echo an allegation that an effort had been made to pass off the incident as a case of suicide and also indicated possible pressure on the RJKar principal Dr. Sandeep Ghosh to delay a formal complaint to police about the crime. The Supreme Court scrutinized the Kolkata police for delaying the registration of an FIR in the rape and murder case of medic at RJKar Medical, expressing concern that the postmortem occurred before the FIR was filed, which was a Chief Justice call extremely disturbing. The bench cautioned the timing of the police's actions, noting that they were informed of the death at 10:10 a.m. but pressured the crime scene only at 11:45 p.m. 14 hours after the body was discovered at 9:30 a.m., they also examined the actions of the former hospital principal Sandeep Ghosh regarding his delay in informing the police and registering the FIR. The Solicitor General Tushar Mehta highlighted that the crime scene was altered and FIR was filed after the cremation. The court warned against politicizing the incident, emphasizing the need for enforceable orders based on recommendations from a newly formed national task force. The bench called for suggestions on distress calls and duty hour regulation for doctors and urged protesting doctors to return to the work. The case is scheduled for the resumed hearing on September 5 with CBI and Kolkata police ordered to submit status reports. Senior Congress leader and former Manipur Chief Minister Okram Ibobi Singh criticized the incumbent BJP-led government for blaming the previous Congress administration for the ongoing turmoil in the state, asserting that the current crisis stems from the government's incompetence and visionless policies. Speaking at the observance of the former Chief Minister Risang Kesing's that anniversary, he highlighted the division among communities and lack of inter-district movement, contrasting it with the absence of communal tensions during Congress rule. Singh claimed that while the BJP government discusses issues like Indo-Myanmar border fencing and scrapping the free movement regime (FMR), these initiatives were originally initiated by the Congress. He noted that the FMR has been in place since before 1947 and criticized the government's unilateral decision to scrap it without proper agreements. Singh called for adherence to the Kesing's principles of unity and territorial integrity while also participating in a rally demanding a joint parliamentary committee investigation into the Modi-Adani mega scheme. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a warning to the Israel's enemies amid escalating tensions on the northern border with Hezbollah and threats from Iran. During a visit to Ramat David Air Force Base, Netanyahu praised the Air Force's capabilities, stating the Air Force is our iron fist and emphasized preparedness for any scenario. His visit followed the recent clashes, including a Hezbollah drone attack that killed an IDF soldier, prompting Israeli airstrike on Hezbollah's weapon caches. Netanyahu inspected the combat systems and met with military personnel, commending their efforts in national defense. The situation intensified after a rocket barrage hit the northern town of Kazrain and damaging the homes and injuring the residents, leading local leaders to call for government action to address the unacceptable reality. Mizoram cut off from rest of country as vehicle associations strike over poor road. The National Highway 306, which links Mizoram with Assam, wore a deserted look on the Thursday following a call for blockade by a few organizations over vehicle owners and drivers in protest against the alleged poor condition of the road. The 306 is the lifeline of the state as all supplies come from outside through it. The associations based on Kolasip bordering the Assam claimed that they had requested the Mizoram government and others to take steps to repair the highway, but no action was taken. State government officials could not be contacted for the comments. Kolasip unit of Mizoram Tipper Association Secretary F. Lalbia Kliana said that all vehicles, including private and those carrying essential commodities and oil, were not allowed to ply on the national highway within Kolasip district. Vehicles on medical emergency and essential services were, however, exempted. He said the Lalbia Kilana claimed that the NH 306 between the Vertinge in Kolasip district and Sairang in Aizawl district is in such a dilapidated condition that it is almost non-motorable for a long time, especially during monsoon. President Draupadi Murmu on Thursday conferred the first ever Vigyan Ratna Puraskar, India's top most science award, on the noted biochemist and former director of the Bangalore-based Indian Institute of Science, Govindra Rajan Padma Bhavan, at an award ceremony in the Ganatantra Mandapadam of the Rashtrapati Bhavan. The president also conferred 13 Vigyan Shri Purashkar, 18 Vigyan Yuva Shanti Warrup and Bharat Nagar prizes and 1 Vigyan Team Award, marking the first investiture ceremony for the Science Awards. The team of scientists and engineers who worked on the Chandrayaan-3 mission were honored with the Vigyan Team Award, which was received by the project director of the mission, P. Vermavute LL. All the awardees received a medal and a citation for their outstanding achievements in their respective fields. Anna Purni Subramaniam, director of the Bangalore-based Indian Institute of Astrophysics, Andhra Dharamka Rishan K, director of the Thiruvananthapuram-based National Institute of Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Avesh Kumar Tyagi, director of the Chemistry Group at the Bhabha Atomic Research Institute, Professor Syed Waji Ahmad Naqvi of Lucknow-based CSIR National Botanical Research Institute were among the 13 reception of the Vigyan Shri Awards. President Draupadi Murmu distributes prizes to the winners of ISRO's Robotic Challenge and Bharatiya Antariksh Hackathon organized as a part of the first National Space Day celebrations. During a hearing on Thursday, the Supreme Court urged protesting doctors to resume work and stated that no coercive action would be taken against them if they did. Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud emphasized that judges and doctors cannot strike as both are essential for matters involving life and liberty. The court addressed the ongoing protests linked to the rape and killing of a Kolkata medic and noted that absent doctors could not be marked present unless they return to duty. Following the Supreme Court's appeal, Major Doctors Association ended an 11-day strike, although West Bengal doctors plan to review the court's directives before making a decision. The Supreme Court issued several directives, including instructing the Indian Health Ministry's secretary to collaborate with state officials to ensure safety measures for doctors, completed this exercise within a week. It mandated that state governments take necessary actions within 2 weeks and directed the National Task Force to consider input from various healthcare stakeholders regarding their safety. The Central Industrial Security Force was deployed at Kolkata's Arjikar Hospital in response to the court's directives. Dr. Rohan Krishnan, National Chairman, Federation of the All India Medical Association, stated that we have decided to end our strike and restart our OPD emergency and elective services. We will continue our protest but in a different form. We request our doctors to resume their services.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट में फार्मा डॉक्टर्स एसोसिएशन ने बंगाल वाले मुद्दे पर और जो रेजिडेंट डॉक्टर्स की डिमांड है सेंट्रल प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट फॉर हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स पर केस कर दिया है। मिस तन्वी दुबे जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट की अधिवक्ता हैं वो इस केस को देख रही हैं। बहरहाल जब आज ये मीटिंग हुआ था सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, जब हाई कोर्ट की हियरिंग हुई थी, तो उसमें चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया ने ये निवेदन किया था कि हम लोग इसको स्ट्राइक को फिलहाल वापस लें, लार्जर इंटरेस्ट को देखते हुए, पब्लिक वेलफेयर को देखते हुए, पेशेंट वेलफेयर को देखते हुए स्ट्राइक को वापस लेने के लिए हमसे कहा गया था और हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट की इस बात को मानते हैं और हम सब लोगों ने एक पैन इंडिया नेशनल मीटिंग करके सभी लोगों ने अपना एक ये मंतव्य व्यक्त किया है कि अब समय आ गया है कि हम अपना जो ओपीडी और इमरजेंसी सर्विसेज और इलेक्टिव सर्विसेज सबको चालू करें। हमारा प्रोटेस्ट चलता रहेगा, प्रोटेस्ट का फॉर्म अलग होगा, प्रोटेस्ट अब ब्लैक बैंडेज प्रोटेस्ट, ऑनलाइन प्रोटेस्ट, इन तरह के प्रोटेस्ट मार्च और चलते रहेंगे, लेकिन ओपीडी के सर्विसेज और मरीजों से लेकर के मरीजों के हित के सारे काम के जो सर्विसेज हमने रोके थे, हम आग्रह करते हैं अपने सभी भाइयों से, रेजिडेंट भाइयों और बहनों से कि वो फिर से अपने काम पर लौट जाएं और पेशेंट वेलफेयर के लिए पूरे हित में काम करें।
देखिए, जो माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया है, जो हाईएस्ट कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस होता है इंडिया में, वी आर वेरी हैप्पी दैट उन्होंने जो रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर्स के इतने परेशानियां हैं एंड जो इनजस्टिस हुआ है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए दे हैव क्रिएटेड द नेशनल टास्क फोर्स एंड हमारे जो मेजर डिमांड्स थे कि इंटरिम मेजर्स लिया जाए बिफोर द टास्क फोर्स गाइडलाइंस कम इनटू एक्शन, वो मान गए हैं। इसके बाद हम चाहते हैं कि वो इम्प्लीमेंट भी हो उसके लिए भी सीजेआई ने हमें आश्वासन दिया है कि ये एनटीएफ बनने के बाद ये इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के लिए भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट जरूर ध्यान में रखेंगे। इसके साथ इंटरिम मेजर्स के लिए एक हफ्ते के अंदर दे हैव गिवन डायरेक्शन टू द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स एंड सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट्स टू लुक इनटू इट एंड टू एंश्योर कि जो सिक्योरिटी की वजह से हम लोग काम पे नहीं आ पा रहे उसको लेके सारे स्टेट्स में कोई व्यवस्था लिया जाए। इसी बयान को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने जनरल बॉडी मीटिंग किया है विद सारे स्टेट आरडीएस एंड वी हैव डिसाइडेड टू गेट बैक ऑन वर्क। बट हमारी जो प्रोटेस्ट है वो डेफिनेटली चलेगी। वर्किंग आवर्स के बाद हम लोग पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट करते रहेंगे और जब तक जस्टिस नहीं मिलती हमारी बहन को, जब तक सुरक्षा नहीं मिलते सारे हॉस्पिटल्स को इंडिया में, हमारी प्रोटेस्ट जारी रहेगी।
देखिए, जो आज करीबन पिछले हफ्ते के सोमवार से आज के दिन पे हमने अपनी ओपीडी को वापस से पूरे देश भर में हमने अपनी जो स्ट्राइक है उसको टेम्परेली सस्पेंड करके ओपीडी सर्विसेज, ओटी सर्विसेज और सारे जो इलेक्टिव सर्विसेज थे उनको खोला है। आज उस चीज़ का 11वां दिन है। आई थिंक ये जो 11 दिन थे ये इस देश में एक बहुत ही संकट का विषय था। जैसा कि पूरे देश में हड़ताल चली, पूरे देश में आंदोलन हुए, पूरे देश में कैंडल लाइट मार्चेस हुई और जो भी एक दुखद हादसा हुआ था अभी आरजी कर मेडिकल कॉलेज में, उससे अभी भी देश पूरी तरीके से बाहर आ नहीं पाया है। हम लोगों ने अभी अपनी स्ट्राइक को टेम्परेली सस्पेंड किया है बिकॉज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने हमसे 2 बार चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया ऑनरेबल उन्होंने हमसे अनुरोध किया, आग्रह किया कि हम प्लीज़ अपने काम पर लौट जाएं, मरीजों को और दिक्कत ना होने दें। हम ये मानते हैं कि इस स्ट्राइक से मरीजों को कुछ ना कुछ दिक्कत हुई होगी, परेशानी हुई होगी, लेकिन बहुत सारे मरीज हमारे साथ थे। बहुत सारे मरीजों ने हमें खत भी लिखे, हमें हमेशा जब आते थे तो बोल के जाते थे कि हम आपके साथ हैं, हौसला बनाए रखो। और हम लोगों ने हमेशा जितना हुआ इमरजेंसी में जितने भी मरीजों को हम सेवाएं दे सकते थे उतनी दी। ओपीडी में भी जो सीनियर डॉक्टर्स थे उन्होंने जितने भी मरीज थे जो पुराने इलाज ले रहे थे, लंबे टाइम का इलाज चलता है, उनको दवाइयाँ लिखी। तो कहीं ना कहीं एक गतिरोध था, लेकिन चीज़ें पूरी तरीके से ऐसा नहीं था कि रुक गई थी, क्योंकि हम जनता के हित में भी काम करना चाह रहे थे और हमने वो किया। लेकिन अब आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आश्वासन के बाद, उनकी नेशनल टास्क फोर्स के बाद, उनके अनुरोध के बाद हम लोगों ने आज ये निर्णय लिया है कि हम लोग काम संभालेंगे। आज हमारे ओपीडी में थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा भीड़ है, हर कोई अपने दिन के हिसाब से आता है, जो डॉक्टर उनके बैठते हैं।
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit wartime Kyiv on Friday for the talks with President Vladimir Zelensky, marking the first visit by an Indian leader to Ukraine since its independence in 1991. The visit comes amid ongoing conflict with Ukrainian forces active in Russia's western Kursk region and Russian troops making advances in the eastern Ukraine. Following his recent visit to Moscow, Modi's trip is significant for Kyiv, which seeks to strengthen ties with the global south to secure a fair resolution to the war. Ahead of the visit, Modi expressed hope for an early return to peace and stability in the region. Members of the Indian community in Kyiv eagerly await Modi's arrival, expressing hope that his visit will lead to a truce for the peace proposal to end the war. They also emphasize the potential for the increased businesses ties between India and Ukraine, which have been disturbed by the ongoing conflict. The Indian medical students in Ukraine have presented a list of demands ahead of Modi's meeting with Zelensky, hoping for positive outcomes from the discussions.
मेरा नाम शांति शर्मा है, 5th ईयर MBBS। हाँ, वैसे इंडिया चले गए, फिर वापस आना बहुत ही खर्चा हुआ, फिर आए वापस, फिर कंटिन्यू करी, दिक्कत तो आई। वॉर सिचुएशन थोड़ी ओवर हो भी, थोड़ा सा जाने में दिक्कत आती है। जैसे अभी इंडिया में जैसे हंगरी वगैरह से जाना पड़ता है, पहले डायरेक्ट चले जाते हैं। अगर वॉर बंद हो जाए तो सभी को बेनिफिट है।
जयवीर सिंह, मैं 5th ईयर स्टूडेंट हूँ MBBS के यहाँ पे चेन्नई में। करना तो थोड़ा पहले चाहिए था, क्योंकि हम उसको वॉर की वजह से हमारी सबकी पढ़ाई बहुत डिस्टर्ब हुई है। पहले हमें बहुत बच्चे थे, उनको ट्रांसफर लेना पड़ा। बहुत जैसे एनएमसी ने बहुत दिक्कतें करी हैं कि ट्रांसफर ले सकते हैं नहीं ले सकते, बच्चों को प्रोटेस्ट करना पड़ा। तो थोड़ी उम्मीद रहेगी कि बच्चों के लिए कुछ करे, एनएमसी थोड़े रूल कम करवाएं जो बेफालतू के आ जाते हैं वो, और यहाँ पे हेल्प करें थोड़ी बच्चों की। में भी वॉर खत्म हो जाए या फिर वो मीडिएट करे कहीं, तो हमें भी आने जाने में दिक्कत नहीं होगी। हमें दूसरी कंट्री का वीजा लगवाना पड़ता है, घर पे कोई इमरजेंसी हालत हो जाए तो हम जा नहीं सकते।
यूक्रेन जो है इंडिया के नजरिए से भी हाई पोटेंशियल कंट्री है, जहां पे काफी बिजनेस डेवलप किया जा सकता है, बट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस वॉर इट हैज कम टू अ स्टॉप। इट वाज ग्रोइंग वेरी वेल, काफी तेजी से बढ़ रहा था यूक्रेन और इंडिया का बिजनेस, लेकिन इस वॉर की वजह से ये सब रुक गया है। तो वॉर तो खत्म होने के बाद डेफिनेटली, आज आपको पता होगा कि ओडेसा से शिप्स का जाना या हमारे सामान जो भी हम लोग इंपोर्ट करते थे इंडिया से यूक्रेन के लिए, हमारे सारा सामान ओडेसा पोर्ट पे आता था। आज सारा सामान पोलैंड के थ्रू घूम करके आता है, जिसमें कि कॉस्ट जो है वो इट बिकम्स 3 times और 4 times। और सामान आने में भी अगर 20 दिन का ट्रांजिट पीरियड था तो आज 60 दिन का ट्रांजिट पीरियड है। तो बिजनेस इज डेफिनेटली सफरिंग अ लॉट। तो अगर ये शांति पहल हो जाती है या इनके स्टेप से, जो हम लोगों को बहुत सारी उम्मीदें हैं मोदी जी से, इफ ही इज एबल टू डू which we are hoping, we have high hopes that he is coming with some special proposal to our president Mr. Zelensky. तो देखते हैं क्या होता है।
There are a lot of hopes and expectations from our मोदी जी। तो मोदी जी के आने से हम लोगों को बहुत खुशी है, और हम लोगों की एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि मोदी जी के आने से कोई ना कोई सुलह होगी, कोई ना कोई पीस का फॉर्मूला होगा, और मोदी जी का आने का कोई ना कोई मतलब कोई मैसेज मिलेगा हम लोगों को। अगर वो आ रहे हैं, एक विजिट जो प्लान नहीं थी अचानक से बनी है, तो हम लोगों को पूरी उम्मीद है शायद कोई ना कोई मैसेज लेके आएंगे जिससे कि ये वॉर खत्म हो, क्योंकि इस वॉर को 900 से ज़्यादा दिन हो चुके हैं और हम लोग डेली साइलेंस में सोते हैं, डेली यहाँ पर रॉकेट्स का अटैक।
Tensions flared in Rohtas as police issued lathi charge to control a violent protest triggered by the recent murder of a local jeweler. The unrest began when angry locals gathered to voice their outrage over the tragic incident, which has raised concerns about safety and law enforcement in the area. The eyewitnesses reported that as the crowd grew, some protesters began pelting stones at the police, leading to a swift response from law enforcement. Officers deployed to maintain order attempted to disperse the gathering peacefully. However, the situation escalated, resulting in the use of force. The jeweler's murder has shocked the community, sparking widespread anger and demands for the justice. Local expressed frustrations over the perceived inaction by the authorities in addressing rising crime rates and ensuring the safety of business owners. In response to the violence, police confirmed that they would investigate the incident thoroughly and take necessary measures to restore peace. Authorities have urged the public to remain calm and report any information related to the jeweler's murder. As the situation develops, community leaders are calling for a dialogue between residents and law enforcement to address ongoing concerns about safety and security in Rohtas. Non-stop rainfall over the past 2 days has caused significant flooding, swollen rivers and landslides in Manipur, particularly impacting Imphal and Bishnupur districts. Over 300 houses has been inundated with major flooding reported in such areas as Bishnupur, Nongthikong and Nakchau. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued a yellow alert for the region and warned of moderate to heavy rainfall until August 24, affecting Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura. In Bishnupur district alone, numerous homes and agricultural fields have been flooded, with specific areas like Thangyoy and the Nachau facing the severe inundation. Notably, the Postagam river has breached its bank, affecting at least 100 houses in the Nachau Khal Lekai. The local officials have responded by the providing immediate relief materials and inspecting flood-affected areas. Major rivers in the regions are rising, with the Nambol and the Nambol rivers surpassing flood levels, prompting concerns about further flooding. Waterlogging has also been reported on key roads, including the Impal-More Road, disturbing transportation. The Water Resources Department has recorded varying levels of rainfall across the region, compounding the flood situation and putting many low-lying areas at risk. As communities grapple with these challenges, efforts to assess damage and provide assistance continue.
Your name and your designation, please.
I am Nltv Subhash Singh, District Collector, Thobal District.
Since for the last 2-3 days, you see the incessant rain has caused some sort of overflowing of the rivers, tributaries of Wangjing as well, and has inundated in various places of Thobal. Will you kindly detail me about where it has been affected and what are the measures taken up by the district administration?
Because of this overflow of the Wangjing River, the main area affected is this Tentha and Teksham area and some parts of Kairem Bikok and Lorembam, and some small part in Lilong area. And district administration, in collaboration with the elected representative and the social workers of this area, we have taken up several measures since yesterday, along with the full cooperation of the Water Resource Department, and we have been able to save many areas from this overflow by using this. We have deployed 11 JCBs to take out this soil from some areas, and we are using this satai and these sandbags for river embankment, and that has saved a lot of area from overflowing.
In how many areas the tributaries bank has been breached?
It has been breached only once in Thobal district as of now in this entire area, but that has also been now completely sealed off.
But one of the saddest part is the last numbers of, you see, plastic bottles are seen, you see, blocking the waterways of here. You see, don't you think it's just a part of, is one of the, what to say, cause of the flood in this area?
Yes, this is one of the major causes, because these garbages and these plastic bottles which the people used to throw in the river, it is blocking the flow of the river water. We have been appealing many times to the people not to throw water, at least the plastic bottles, in the river bank and in the river. But
in a significant blow to drug trafficking, the Assam police have seized a massive haul of narcotics, including 7,206 kg of heroin and 445 kg of brown sugar between April 2016 and July 2024. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma informed the State Assembly, responding to a question from a AGP MLA Ramendra Narayan Kalita. CM Sharma, who also holds the home portfolio, shared detailed figures on the government's drugs seizure efforts, highlighting the confiscation of various narcotics including opium, ganja, poppy seeds and cough syrup. CM Sharma revealed that over 20,000 individuals were arrested in connection with drug-related offences during this period, with around 17,000 released from the jail. The Chief Minister highlighted the state's ongoing efforts to combat drug abuse, including awareness programs targeting students and general public, and the establishment of new regional forensic science laboratories to enhance the fight against drug-related crimes. The statistics shared by the CM Sharma show a significant increase in drug seizure and arrest compared to the previous period from 2011 to 2016. 7 people were killed in a fire at hotel in Bucheon City near Seoul in South Korea. Local media reported, citing firefighting authorities, the blaze began in a room on the 8th floor of the 9-story hotel, leaving the 7 people dead and dozen others injured. Yonhap news agency reported the injured are undergoing treatment at local hospitals and 3 of them are seriously injured, but they are not in critical condition. Among those hospitalized are with serious injuries caused by the inhaling smoke. As per the Yonhap report, some people died after jumping out the windows and onto an inflatable mattress, while only one woman was found in a cardiac arrest on the hotel stairs and was later pronounced dead at hospital. Interior Minister Lee Sang-min called for all-out efforts by the firefighting authorities and the local government to extinguish the fire and rescue people using all available personnel and equipment, the South Korean news agency reported. South Korea's public broadcaster KBS said the 7 people who died were South Korean nationals. Reports say there were 23 guests in the building when the fire broke out, and many of the bodies were found in guest rooms, hallways and stairs. The Uttar Pradesh Police Recruitment and Promotion Board has scheduled the UP Police Constable Recruitment Exam 2024 to held across 81 locations. Statewide, August 23, 25 and August 30 and 31 in Lucknow, around 80,000 candidates will participate, with 39,072 appearing in 10 shifts. Authorities including DCP Central Lucknow, Ravina Tyagi, have ensured extensive security measures, deploying gazetted officers, RAF and PSC teams at exam centers and enhancing security at bus stands and railway stations. To assist candidates, city and inter-district buses have been arranged. Aspirants are advised to verify their exam centers and adhere to the guidelines to avoid last-minute issues. The examination, a crucial step for those pursuing career in law enforcement, has candidates gathering at centers like Anglo-Bengali Intermediate College in the Prayagraj and National PG College in Lucknow under tight security.
आज जो 5 तिथियों में पुलिस की जो 60,000 से अधिक वैकेंसीज के संबंध में परीक्षाएं चल रही हैं, उसका पहला दिन है, पहली पाली है। हमने स्वयं यहाँ केंद्रों पर जाके व्यवस्थाओं का जायजा लिया है। परीक्षा बहुत ही सुचितापूर्ण तरीके से और सुचारू रूप से चल रही है। भर्ती बोर्ड ने तथा शासन ने तथा पुलिस मुख्यालय की जो अपेक्षाएं थी, उस हिसाब से सीसीटीवी इत्यादि वर्क कर रहे हैं। बच्चों के आधार का ऑथेंटिकेशन भी किया गया है और केंद्र पे मजिस्ट्रेट और पुलिस बल तैनात हैं। पूरे 5 तिथियों को मिला के लगभग 48 लाख से अधिक लोग पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे इस परीक्षा में, तथा इसमें अन्य प्रदेशों के भी लोग हैं। 6 लाख से अधिक महिला अभ्यर्थी भी इसमें शामिल हो रही हैं।
आज लखनऊ जनपद में 81 सेंटरों पर करीब 80,000 अभ्यर्थी जो हैं वो कांस्टेबल परीक्षा में प्रतिभाग करेंगे। इसके लिए पुख्ता सुरक्षा के इंतजाम किए जा चुके हैं। इसमें सुरक्षा के साथ सुविधा के लिए भी पर्याप्त व्यवस्थाएं हैं। सुरक्षा की यदि बात करें तो इसमें सभी जितने भी हमारे गेजेटेड ऑफिसर्स हैं, बाहर से मिले पुलिस बल को भी लगाया गया है। इसके साथ ही RAF, PAC की टुकड़ियां भी जगह जगह पर लगाई गई हैं। सुविधा की दृष्टि से जितनी भी बसेज हैं, सिटी बसेज हैं और इंटर डिस्ट्रिक्ट बसेज हैं, उनकी सुविधाएं भी अभ्यर्थियों के लिए मुहैया कराई गई हैं। जितने भी ऐसे स्थान हैं जहां पर भीड़ भाड़ रहने की संभावना है, जैसे कि सारे के सारे
The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, announces the launch of a nationwide quiz, the RBI 90 quiz for the college students enrolled in bachelor's degree. Courses only to commemorate 90 years of RBI's functioning. The quiz is general knowledge based and will feature a multi-level competition commencing with an online phase followed by state and zonal level rounds and culminating in a national final. The attractive prizes, first, second and third, will be awarded to the winning teams, 2 from each team at the state level, 2 lakh and 1.5 lakh and 1 lakh zonal level, 5 lakh, 4 lakh and 3 lakh, and the national level 10 lakh, 8 lakh and 6 lakh. Registrations are now open and the competition will commence in September 2024. For registrations and details, please visit www.rbi90quiz.in. A 14-year-old girl was allegedly raped and thrown by the roadside in Assam's Nagaon district last evening. The class 10 student was rescued by local residents and handed over to the police. The girl is recovering in a hospital and a report of the medical test to confirm sexual assault is awaited. The incident comes amid national outrage against sexual violence in the aftermath of the horrifying rape and murder of a 31-year-old doctor at the Kolkata hospital on 9 August. The civil society groups in Nagaon have started protests. They have said police must catch within 12 hours the 3 suspects the minor has said were involved in the crime. A band has also been called. The girl was found in a semi-conscious state near a pond with her bicycle beside her. Local residents have said the alleged assault reportedly took place when the girl was returning from a coaching class. She was on the roadside for about an hour before local residents rescued her. The girl was lying by the roadside. We asked her what happened. She was not able to talk properly. She could not just tell us that 3 youngsters had raped her, said a local resident. Shops, markets and education institutes in the area will remain shut. Today, as a mark of protest, police and paramilitary personnel have been deployed to enhance security during this period. This is a brutal incident where a minor has been raped by 3 people. We want cops to catch them immediately. We are protesting the police inaction and we have called for a ban. This will continue till the culprits are behind bars, a protesters said. A shocking incident involving a minor in Ding has sparked widespread outrage and concern across the community. The details of the incident, which are still under investigation, have deeply unsettled local residents and led to demands for the swift justice and stronger protective measures for the minors. The local authorities have launched an intensive investigation into the matter, with law enforcement working around the clock to gather evidence and ensure that those responsible are held accountable. The incident has also prompted a surge in the community activism, with the residents calling for the increased safety measures and more stringent enforcement of laws designed to protect vulnerable individuals, especially children. The case has reignited discussions about the importance of safeguarding minors from such heinous acts and the need for better awareness programs to prevent similar tragedies in the future. Community leaders and activists are urging the government to take immediate action to address the gaps in the protection and support for minors. As the investigation continues, the community remains united in its demand for justice, with many expressing hope that this tragic incident will lead to meaningful changes that ensure the safety and well-being of all children in the region. Assam Chief Minister's writes on tweet asks that the horrific incident at Ding involving a minor is a crime against humanity and has struck our collective conscience. We will not spare anyone, bring the perpetrators to justice. I have directed DGP Assam Police to visit the site and ensure swift action against such monsters. Before heading to the other report, let's have a break for a while. An Indian passenger bus carrying 40 people plunged into the Marsangdi River in Nepal's Tanahun district, resulting in the deaths of 11 people, with a total likely to rise. The bus, en route from the Pokhara to Kathmandu, veered off the highway and rolled towards the fast-flowing river, stopping on the rocky bank. The top part of the bus was ripped, but the wreckage did not fully submerge. The river, 14 unconscious, the passengers were rescued and rushed to the nearby hospitals. The bus, bearing a Uttar Pradesh registration plate, is under investigation by authorities from both Nepal and Uttar Pradesh. A rescue operation led by 45 armed police force personnel is ongoing, with videos of the efforts being shared by news agencies. Nagaland governor has officially declared Saturday, August 24 as a working day. This decision aims to ensure that government operations and services continue smoothly. Allowing for the effective handling of the administrative tasks, the announcement comes as part of efforts to maintain efficiency and address any disruptions in the workflow within the state. All government employees are expected to report to their respective offices on that day. The notice issued on Wednesday pointed out that the unauthorized circulation or leaking of sensitive information may alert potential criminal and anti-social elements and the defeat purpose of the police actions. Nagaland Police Headquarters has issued a notice cautioning the police officers and personnel not to circulate confidential operational messages on social media platforms. This comes in the backdrop of a message containing mobile vehicle checkpost (MVCP) security details for the different districts, which was in circulation recently in various WhatsApp groups. The notice issued on Wednesday pointed out that the unauthorized circulation or leaking of the sensitive information may alert the potential criminal and anti-social elements and the defeat purpose of police action. It has come to the notice that some officers, personnel of the department have circulated confidential, restricted and operational messages such as MGP narcotic cases, etc. in unauthorized manner in many non-police WhatsApp groups and other social media. The notice from the Nagaland Police Chief stated, the unauthorized circulation of the confidential and operational information is a serious misconduct and may attract disciplinary measures and other legal actions, it said, maintaining that such actions are viewed as serious misconduct and may attract the disciplinary measures and the other legal actions. A massive landslide near the Dudza Bridge under the Sechu Zubza in Kohima district has caused significant disruption along National Highway 29, leaving approximately 100 trucks stranded near the Shate River Bridge in Chumukidima district. The landslide triggered by the relentless rains has completely blocked the highway, making it impossible for both commercial and private vehicles. Stranded truck drivers stuck at the site for the past 5 days expressed growing frustration and concern as they await clearance to continue the journey to Kohima. In light of the disruption, the All Nagaland Taxi Association (ANTA) has fixed the taxi fare between Kohima and Dimapur, setting a new rate of 500 rupees for passenger due to the longer and diverted route. Efforts are underway to clear the landslide and restore traffic flow along the vital highway. Following recent rainfall in Dimapur, residents of Ragailong colony are experiencing significant issues due to the clogged drainage systems. The heavy rains have exacerbated the problem, leading to the water accumulation and worsening conditions in the area. In light of these challenges, residents have reached out to the appropriate authorities, urging them to address the situation promptly. They are seeking assistance to clear the blocked drains and restore proper drainage functionality to prevent further inconvenience and potential damage to their homes. The community is hopeful for the swift response from the authorities to resolve this pressing issue.
ಇದು ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ আইসিগুলো বেশি দুখ পায় না আৰু এতিয়া মহান এনে আপনার বি দেখি থাকিব মহান তো বেড়া খান টিনা খান লাগাই থাকাবি একদম গার্বেজ তো ওভার হয়ে যাওয়া না সব ব্লক হয়ে কিনা টিনা তো ভাঙি না বি আই যাওয়া জাবরান সব আইসে বি মহান আরো সাফা করনা আর লাগাই দিয়া পিছে দিবি আর জাবরা তো ওভার বেশি আই থাকা ওরা একদম কিনা কব জাবরা খান তো সব আরো ভিতরে আই আছে না itu karena moi to ini DMC kan ke holibi ini apnian morom rai na dohon do olop sapa kur dile to bhalo hobo naki koina DMC kan ke request kori ase itu han do sob kolni bishi kolni bra ai ase na manla kolni ki blame to nokorobo holibi sob kolni bra ai gina ekdom jama hoy ase to morom bra ai gina lo na apnian time di gina সাফা কৰি দিলে তো ভাল হ'ব নাকি না এটোই ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰি আছো ড্ৰেনেজ তো আছে ড্ৰেনেজ তো ছোট ড্ৰেনেজ আছে হলিবি ফ্লাড আইছে গলে তো পানী পুরা ফুল হৈ যায় না পানী পুরা ফুল হৈ যায় তো তাতে ওরা ইনা হাই থাকা তো সব এতে স্টাক হৈ যায় এতে স্টাক হৈ যাওয়ার পর আমি আনবি দুখ পাই আছে না তো আমি আনবি যাবরা না গুছিব নিমিতে বেড়া খান লাগাই থাকা তো বি সব কিবা হওয়া আছে তো কারণে लास्ट तक जाए इना कुरी किना तो नाला तो दांसरी दे जाए दे होली भी जबरा तो सब इतु लाइन ते स्टक हो जाए आगे पानी बरा इना ना आए किना सब एते स्टक हो जाए आए किना सब जबरा तो मानला कंपाउंड भी घुसे आमियानला कंपाउंड भी घुसे আছে आमियानला कंपाउंड ला तो साफा करिसे होली भी आरो भी पानी गिरा बरा आरो गार्बेज बेसी आहा बरा तो आरो भी बाउंड्री खान तो भांगी আছে भांगी ना तो एकदम दुख पाए আছে नीचे दी भी घोर আছে तो জাবরা খান থাকিলে তো পানি বেশি আহে পানি বেশি ফ্লাড হয়ে যায় एकदम ব্লক থাকা ওরা না পানি भी যাওলে কেবা নোয়া হয়ে যায় না পারাই যায় তো এই দুবরাই ইনা ওনা সব জাবরা তো সব স্টাক হইছে তো এই দুবরাই মই তো ডিএমসি কে হলিবি রিকোয়েস্ট করু মন আছে পয়লা দিবি জাবরা তো ইনা ব্লক হয়ে যায় হলিবি লাস্ট টাইম তো আইগিনা ডিএমসি খান ভাবে সাফা কৰিছে সাফা করা নাই কোনে তো নকব মানুহ কি ব্লেম তো নকৰব সাফা তো কৰি দিছে হলিবি এভৰি ইয়াৰ ইনিয়াই হয় আমি আনবি কিতাবা সাফা কৰি থাকে হলিবি আমি আনবি ইটো ইমান বটা জাবৰা তো আমি আনবি সাফা তো নাপাৰে না আমি আনবি ফ্যামিলিতে 3 জন 4 জন আছে সবই কাম যায় উপায় নাই সানডেতে তো নাপাৰা হৈ যায় তো এইটো বৰাহে
Sanjay Roy, the prime suspect in the Kolkata doctor's rape and murder case, was remanded to 14-day judicial custody by a Shelda court on Friday. Following the end of his CBI custody, Roy, a civic volunteer with the Kolkata police, was taken to court under the heavy security. He was arrested for shortly after the body of the postgraduate trainee doctor was discovered in a seminar hall on August 9. The court has granted the CBI permission to conduct a polygraph test on Roy, as well as former Arjikar Medical College principal Sandeep Ghosh and 4 junior doctors in connection with the case. While polygraph results are not admissible in the court, they assist investigations by assessing confiscations in the statement through monitoring the physiological responses. The CBI expressed concerns about possible information suppressions by the suspect during interrogation. The medic's body was found with severe injuries, prompting nationwide protests. The Supreme Court has set a deadline for the magistrate to rule on the polygraph test. The CBI also alleged attempts by the local police to cover up the crime, as the crime scene was altered before the investigation began. Nagaland Legal Total Prohibition Act was implemented in 1989. Since then, Nagaland has been declared as dry state. But then the government officials during a cabinet meeting held at Chief Minister Office chamber, Kohima has decided to re-examine the act and to partially lift up. But this decision is yet to be finalized on the upcoming assembly sessions, which is scheduled to be held on August 27. In this regard, Nltv went on a ground report and interacted with the public, and they were in support of the government decision. They also stated that all the Nagaland revenue is going to Assam government, so it's better if the government lift up the Nltv Act.
खुली देबो गादो मो खुशी पादो आमी भी खामन हो ऐसे और मो आई हैव टू गो ऑल द वे टू असम
अच्छा द ब्रदर अमेरिका नागा स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कंबा इदु मोटू तो पार्शियली लिफ्ट अप ग्रुप when tan decision lo to amni भी है से पब्लिक तान दा इदु decision दा सपोर्ट करिना ना करे
इदु तो बेन हटाई दा है बाला से किला माने ना बिगा बेन थागले भी तो सब जगह दे पाए से कोनो कोनो सब जगह दे पासे और इने भी पैसा तो असम दे ही जासे रेवेन्यू तो खोलाई दे बाला से खामान तो इने भी खाए से मानो बोन को दिले भी इते तो सस्ता ला रक्षी खान ना इदु खाइ केना मन बिसि मरा से तो खोल दि केना सस्ता बरा हे मधु भाल पाइ केना खाय बाला से किना माने बोन करले भी खामान तो खावले आसे तो खोल दे बाला से
अच्छा ए तो मधु ला बोन गोला तो खोली देबो गादो मो खुशी पा तो आमी भी खामान हो ऐसे और मो आई हैव टू गो ऑल द वे टू असम to buy a good liquor na so man Nagaland eta Dimapur I mean as a whole Nagaland itu khuli disho gole man sob manu karne bal ase moi la opinion de mudu bi bal pabo itu che man la health karne be hoy mudu to bal ase kwan mudu to biya ase hoche gole be mudu bal quality khade itu so ke best ase aro moi la itu government ba itu tan initiative eta balwa do bishi diri hoise holi bi tan itu kura do moi karne bishi khushi paise ma je paper
Dimapur railway station, the second highest revenue earner in Northeast Frontier Railways, has long been neglected in the basic amenities and upgrades. Despite having the highest passenger traffic, commuters struggle with the poor sanitation, inadequate drinking water and limited ticket reservations. Smaller neighboring stations are better equipped, leaving Dimapur's commuters frustrated. On Friday, Jharkhand police issued tear gas and the water cannons to disperse Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha BJYM protesters rallying against the Hemant Soren government for failing to fulfill election promises. The protests, which aimed to march towards the Chief Minister's residence, led to clashes with police resulting in injuries among several workers. The district administration had imposed prohibitory orders around the Morabadi ground, banning the gatherings of 5 or more people and restricting weapons and loudspeakers. BJP leaders accused the government of stifling the dissent and the failing to address issues such as unemployment, claiming the JMM-led coalition days are numbered ahead of the upcoming assembly elections. Cheche Mafu Macho Kroto organized the second Zoom fair and exhibition cum sale aimed at the prompting local farmers and women. Held on the event featured stalls showing the traditional Zoom farming produce, man-made crafts and the culinary delights. During the inauguration, the organizers highlighted the importance of the supporting agriculture and the empowering women in the community. The fair included cultural performances, workshops and interactive sessions on sustainable farming practices, allowing the attendees to engage directly with farmers and artisans. Participants praised the initiative with local farmers, expressing gratitude for the platform to connect with the consumers. The success of the fair underscores the commitment of the Chechimafo Mechu Krotho to uplift the community with plans for annual events to further expand its impact.
Hello, my name is Cremona Tenyo and I'm a member of the Publicity Committee of the June Fair, which is being organized by the Chechimafo Mechu Krotho. The main aim of this fair is to sell, promote and exhibit the rich harvest of fruits and vegetables which are locally grown in Chichama village. The first June fair was organized last year in 2023 and this is the second time that it is being organized. This fair provides...
The cases of mpox triggered by the clade 1b strain have been rising in Africa and globally. 4 nations have reported cases of mpox outside of Africa, which includes Sweden, Thailand, Philippines and Pakistan. Cases have been recorded from 14 African nations. World Health Organizations emphasize close contact as a primary transmission method, stressing early recognition in the children for better engagement. Symptoms in children include flu-like signs and rashes and swollen glands. However, in some cases, only rashes show up, or in other cases, fever and flu are more prominent with no rashes. Children and people with weak immunity are at a greater risk of severe symptoms of mpox as per World Health Organization. It is important to pay attention to early signs and symptoms of mpox in children. 10 common symptoms of mpox in children are: first, the flu-like symptoms, chills and sweats, rash, fatigue and headache, difficulty swelling, eyelid swelling and back pain, low energy and joint pain, swollen and glands. This much for today in English News Now. For more news and updates, keep watching Nltv.